Thursday, and I've got an interesting one lined up for you. We are talking about a location that you can visit, that you can possibly put on your bucket list. And this is in a neighboring continent. You'd have to fly across a bit of landmass, possibly a little bit of a water body as well. But we're talking about Tanzania. And it's a beautiful culture, it's a beautiful country, but to talk about it is somebody who has been there and who can give you the expert tips that you need to make the most of your vacation. Tanya Khanejo, YouTuber and travel expert, is joining me. Tanya, thanks so much for taking the time. Why have you selected Tanzania today?
Hi, Alex. It's so nice to be back. So I recently visited Tanzania, and it was such a good place to be, to connect with nature, to connect with wildlife, the kind of national parks you have over there, the landscape, everything is just so stunning. And because obviously it's very fresh in my memories also, so I have some good tips for you today.
Okay. So let's talk about some aspects of this. One, is there a good time to visit in your opinion? Because Africa, as we know, is known for its migrations. I think that is something that you have to factor in. And so the time that you go can change your experience quite dramatically. So when is the best time to go, and how long should you be willing to spend, Tanya?
Okay, so you can make a trip if you're especially going for the wildlife, anywhere from 5 to 10 days. And yes, you're right. There is a very major proponent of the migration, which you have to look at. But what I've been told by my guides, and I had some very experienced guides with me on my trip. In fact, fun fact, the guide who was with me on my trip was also Ranbir and Alia's guide when they visited the Masai Mara.
Wow.
So they were very nice and experienced. And they told me that actually there's no amazing or best time, because all year round, except for the rainy seasons of November and December, all year round is good time to visit, especially if you're coming to the national parks. Now, that being said, the migration does play into the picture, because the wildebeests and the zebras and the antelope, some of them, the water bucks, for example, will migrate from Masai Mara to Serengeti and Serengeti to Masai Mara. Now, this usually happens in at least Masai Mara on the Kenyan side, around, you would hear June, July, August, these months. And the reverse of it happens when they come back to Serengeti. And that happens between December, January, February. So I was there in January, and that was actually a very good time to be there, because not only was the landscape extremely lush and green from the rains, but also all the zebras and all the wildebeests were back on the Serengeti side. So that was a very massive spectacle to watch, because you get to see so many wildebeests and zebras in numbers. And it's just amazing to see them feed on their grass, go about their regular days, while they're paparazzi trying to click pictures. And also because of their increased activity, you'll be able to spot a lot of the predators as well.
Yeah. So